think it's really important to talk about it and be honest and transparent and open. It took me a while to accept that that was the step that I needed to take to be able to continue doing this. It was that I did need to get a part-time job. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jamie if you're new here. I make videos about knitting and yarn and fiber arts, and we just have a nice general crafty time over here. This video is going to be another weekly vlog because I've got a few exciting little crafty events coming up this week. Yeah, I thought I'd take you along with me throughout the week and also just keep you up to date with some of the projects I've been working on. So today I'm going to be trying a new craft, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to be doing a pottery workshop, which I believe is going to be a hand building pottery. So it's not actually with a wheel, which I've heard is a good thing for me because apparently with a wheel, if you have like S-nails or fake nails, it can like grind them down. So I'm very happy to hear that I won't be having to do that because these are not cheap. So yeah, I don't really know much about it, but I was actually invited to come to this workshop by House of Hobby. They run workshops here in Melbourne and in Perth. I believe they started in Perth and they're like really quite well established there, but have recently expanded to Melbourne and have started doing some workshops here on all sorts of different crafts and hobbies that you could think of. They do like watercoloring and obviously like pottery I'm doing today. I know they've had some crochet. There's honestly so many different types, so I highly recommend checking out their website if you're based in Melbourne or Perth and you wanted to kind of learn something new and just like have a really nice, fun, curated experience. I'm really excited to take you along with me, and it's so nice of them. They invited me to come to this workshop. They also said I could bring a friend. So my friend Chloe from Woolen Works is coming with me. I actually haven't seen her in like a month because she's been in Canada and the US. She was just at Flock Fiber Festival, so I'm very excited to hear all about it and all about her trip. But yeah, we haven't seen each other in a month, so that's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I'm really excited. I really don't know that much about it because she only like sent me the message to invite me a couple of days ago, so I didn't really have like a lot of time to properly look into it, but hopefully I'll come out with something tangible. I probably won't be able to take it home today because I assume it'll need to be glazed, so I'll probably have to, I don't really know how it's gonna work. I'm sure there'll be some kind of process around getting it, but eventually once I have my finished piece, I'll be able to show you, but it may not be in this video, but that's fine. I'll hopefully be able to get some footage throughout the workshop. It's a 3-hour workshop. I think there's gonna be like wine and cheese. I should have said actually where it is. It's at a place called Noisy Ritual, which I just think is like a wine bar. So yeah, I think the vibe is gonna be like just really nice and chilled afternoon / evening, doing some pottery. I don't know how many people are gonna be there, so I'm going into this a little bit blind, but I kind of think that's fun. Hopefully meet some nice people as well, but of course I'll have Chloe there. There'll be a teacher there who will be, showing us what to do. And yeah, I'm just excited to like try a new craft because I haven't done that in a very long time. So keen to take you along with me. Good animated, like.
Yeah, just need a ball of clay or something.
That's so angry.
If anyone's making anything flat, you can use this little tool here called the noodle tool, make the shape like this and kind of like cut it out with that too.
Like Squid Game.
Pardon?
Squid Game? Like a Squid Game from the heads in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Not quite like that.
No,
It's just the first thing I thought of, I don't know why.
That's good. Yeah, and then you can make that shape and then,
Just press it in.
Okay.
cut it out.
I'm like, do I want to make it flat-ish?
Like,
I'm pivoting
what else
here.
could you do? Like, you could do like something different as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to commit. We're going flat now. I'm pivoting.
Right. We've got enough mugs.
I've got enough.
Bowls.
Right, I have an idea. I'm going to try and make a wall hanger. Like a flat wall hanger.
Yeah.
Right. She said
But
yes.
you're gonna end, but you have to paint it.
Huh?
Because it's not gonna have colour.
No, that's fine. It'll be just like a texture piece.
Okay. Alright, I hope this idea of mine was actually good.
I have a vicious.
You've taken it now, I'm like, oh god. I'm like, I haven't seen you.
If not, it can be your birthday present.
This is my weirdly shaped mug. I'm like, try and like, here we go.
but I can't find the one.
I don't think this turned out too bad. He's got like
Needs some structure.
structure. There we go. That was alright.
I've looked. I think it's not in there.
Alright, so it's been a couple of days since the pottery workshop. I thought I would just do a quick little debrief. It was really, really fun. Obviously just like so nice to see Chloe again. Really nice to catch up with her. And yeah, just to do something different for once, which was really cool. It wasn't like really, really hard, but it also wasn't easy. Like it kind of took a little bit to get the hang of it. And I did say about how I was happy that it wasn't on a wheel because of my nails, but I will say that my nails did not necessarily come in handy, because especially when we were making like when we were first starting like to make the mugs and stuff, and also with the bowl that I made, it was like when you stick your hand in, you kind of have to, you like stick your thumb in and then you have to like pinch it and like twist it around, and my nail was just like digging into the clay, so it wasn't making a very smooth bottom. I kind of had to use some tools and also kind of just get people who had shorter nails to just like help me smooth it out, because every time I'd like try and do anything, my nails kind of got in the way. So yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend hand building if you're someone who has like really long nails, because you'll probably have a lot of trouble with certain aspects of it. It's definitely manageable because you do have the tools, but anyway, that was just like a little tip, I guess. But no, it was really fun, and yeah, not as difficult as it could have been, I guess. Like I think it also depends on what you're making. Like we were making pretty simple stuff. Like the most complicated that we did was like the spiral thing in the yarn bowls that we made. That was a bit of a challenge. Chloe went for it before I did, and I was like, oh, hers looked really good. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. But I was really struggling. We got there in the end. I'm really not sure how it's going to look once it's like all fired and glazed up. We won't get them back for, I think they said 6 to 8 weeks. So once I eventually get them back, I'll show them to you guys in a video at some point. But yeah, I'm really not sure how they're gonna glaze. Hopefully my yarn bowl works out and I can actually use it, which would be really cool because I actually don't have a yarn bowl. I've seen them at markets and things, and also like online and on Instagram and stuff. I was really tempted to get one at Bendigo, but I bought so much other stuff and went over budget, so I just couldn't really justify it. But yeah, to make my own is really cool, and hopefully it kind of works out in the end and I can actually use it. Overall, it was a really, really nice afternoon. The workshop ended up only being 2 hours. They said it was 3 hours on the thing where we booked it, but I don't know, it was 2 hours, so I'm not sure what was going on with that, but I think 2 hours was perfect. And we got some wine and some crackers and cheese and some little things. We couldn't really eat during majority of the workshop because our hands were really, really messy. So we kind of just looked at the food for most of it and then washed our hands at the end and nibbled on some yummy little snacks. Thank you so much to House of Hobby for inviting me and Chloe to come to the workshop. We had a really great time, and I'd love to, you know, go to more of their workshops. Who knows, maybe I'll end up teaching a workshop with them. That would be really, really cool. When I eventually have the confidence to teach knitting workshops, that would be really, really fun. Yeah, highly recommend if you're in Perth or if you're in Melbourne, check them out. They have so many cool things happening all the time, like different workshops. They also do like, you know, birthday parties, hens nights, that kind of thing, like private events. So it's really, really great. Really, really awesome business. Yeah, just like sharing creativity and bringing creativity to, you know, more people and like introducing people to different crafts. It's like something I could really, really get behind. So yeah, highly recommend checking them out. So today is Wednesday. That was on Sunday. Today I'm having a very chilled day because I've honestly been pretty go for the past like 2 weeks or so. It's just been really busy with the book launch, and then I'll talk more about it, but last week I started a new job and I had a few other things that I really can't talk about, but that I had to kind of sort out and get done for something very exciting, but I just can't. I'm sorry, I hate doing this, but I can't talk about it. It's literally like the one secret I've actually been able to keep for a long time, and I'm gonna keep it that way for as long as I need to. But yeah, that I had to kind of spend most of my day on Monday doing stuff for, and also yesterday morning. But yeah, today I am chilling. I'm knitting. It's my time of the month, if that's not too much information for you. So I'm not feeling my best, so I'm taking it easy today. I wanted to show you the project I'm working on and also do a little bit of a knit and chat and just talk about a bit of a life update, like regarding the new job and stuff, because I want to keep you guys in the loop with what's going on. But yeah, so this is what I've been working on basically since like the last week. I think I started this on Wednesday last week when I had like, Wednesday was pretty much my only like proper day off last week because I had the pattern release. Oh, I forgot about that. I also had a pattern release last week. The same week that I started a new job, I released the Heartstopper tee. So if you didn't know, the pattern is out now. Please go check it out if it's been something that you were wanting to make or you're wanting to knit a summer piece. Either you're going into summer like me or you want to be early for next year. I don't know. Feel free to check that out. So that was also last week. So once I'd like done that, I was like, I need to just knit, and I ended up watching most of Love is Blind UK on Wednesday last week. The last couple of episodes come out today, so I'll watch those later on when they come out. But yeah, so I started this and I've honestly made so much progress on it. I've like been picking it up like after work as well, and I probably worked a bit on it on the weekend as well. So yeah, for someone who's been busy, I've somehow managed to do quite a lot of knitting. But yeah, this is what I'm currently working on. So it's gonna be a cardigan. It's using boucle. So this is actually my first like proper boucle project, I think, or first boucle project at all. So that's very exciting. This is yarn that I bought from the florist. If you know, you know. From a couple of videos back, I went to that florist that was, you know, selling and destashing a bunch of beautiful hand-dyed yarn, and I bought 4 skeins of this boucle, which is such a good find. Because I could actually make like a really substantial project with it. So this is from Chelsea Yarns, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I can't remember the name of the colorway. I could fully go and check that right now and pull it out of there, but I really am too lazy to do that. So I don't know. I'm kind of designing this. I actually used German short rows to shape the back neck, which was like the scary part, but I decided to like do that at the start so that I could get that bit over with. And I had to like figure out a bit of maths and stuff and like how to do that, because I've knit German short rows before. I find German short rows really difficult to say. Sometimes I go German short rows. I've knit them before in quite a few patterns, but I've never done it myself, like in terms of a design. I've never had to like do the calculations or even like understand how the calculations are done. So I kind of had to do a bit of research on that and then adapt what I was researching to kind of how I wanted this to look. And it actually looks so good. You can't even see them, which is the point. Let me try and like identify where they are. I think this is kind of the line on where the short rows are built. You can like sort of see like the stripe, but it's so seamless in my opinion, especially with a boucle where the stitches aren't as defined. Like the shaping looks really, really seamless across the whole shoulder. Like you can't even really like feel or see the seam. So that's kind of what I wanted, just like a really, really, really relaxed, seamless look. But yeah, and then I've just done some shaping at the front. And then at the bottom, this has probably been the most annoying thing, because I've like had to redo it a few times because I keep changing my mind on how I want it to look. But yes, that's why there's quite a few ends, because I was like unraveling things and whatnot. But basically I'm doing a split hem because this is like my new favorite thing. Just ignore all the loose ends. But yeah, I'm doing a split hem. I may, depending on how much yarn I have left after I've done the sleeves, I may make the back a tiny bit longer than the front, like I did for my Semper Sweater V-neck, which I modify, and I really liked how that looked. But I think for now I'll just stick to the same length for the front and the back, and then I can always just add a few more rows later if I want. But yeah, all I've really got to do left of the body is just this front ribbing. So I've just done like 1 or 2 rows of that. But yeah, I've just got to do that. But I've done the back and I've done this front section. I'll pick up stitches and do a ribbing, and I'll probably add buttons to this as well. So yeah, I just want it to be like a really nice, relaxed, like spring cardigan, because we're about to go into spring. My birthday is coming up. It's September 1st, so first day of spring here in Australia. So yeah, I wanted to do like a nice little spring cardigan. And yeah, I feel like a DK cardigan is perfect. I don't really know if I even like have many, if any, DK cardigans. Like not many if I do. Anyway, that's what I'm currently working on. So I wanted to, while I do this little knit and chat portion, I wanted to talk a little bit about my decision to get another job, because it might come as a bit of a like surprise, or it's just a bit random. It's not something I really like talked about. It's all kind of happened pretty quickly. I'll firstly tell you the job that I got. So I'm a part-time medical receptionist, super random, at a ultrasound clinic. It's a women's ultrasound clinic in Melbourne. I'm only doing 1.5 days a week as of this week. Last week I did 3 full days because I was being trained, so that was like double what I'll be doing normally. So I think it kind of, yeah, it was a bit of like a, not a super accurate sense of like what my week's gonna look like, because I only had 2 days off, whereas normally I will have 3.5 days off where I'm doing this. So I'm still spending the majority of my time, you know, doing my business, but I do now at least have some stable income that will be more or less the same every week, and that is really nice. Also like kind of breaks up my week because I'm working on Tuesdays for half a day and Thursdays all day. So that'll be really good. I didn't get to pick my days, but yeah, it works out really well to kind of have Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and also like Tuesday morning. But yeah, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday as full Jamie Creates days, and then those days in between to kind of break it up, because yeah, doing this like 5 days a week, I mean kind of 7 days because I do often work on the weekends, maybe not like as much, but yeah, just like doing this every single day. Sometimes like I look back at the week and I can't even remember what day was what, like, you know, what I did on what day, like it kind of all flows and just like blends into each other, and it can also make me less productive. Like I go, oh, I've got this whole week to do stuff, so like I don't necessarily get as much done as I probably could. And so yeah, I think being able to break up my week in that way will be really beneficial, and will also kind of make these days more exciting, because I'll be like, oh yay, like this is a day that I don't, like I'm not going to work and I get to do this, which is really fun. And yeah, so that's like definitely a really good aspect of it. There honestly aren't many negatives to this situation. I guess the only negative, and I'm trying not to see it as a negative because I guess this kind of gets into like the whole why I got a job and everything. Look, it's not like the easiest thing to talk about because it's something I've only kind of pretty recently been able to properly come to terms with. But I think it's really important to talk about it and be honest and transparent and open, because I think part of the reason that I was feeling the way that I was feeling is because not enough people are being honest and transparent on the internet. And look, maybe not, like maybe people are being, and like they're just like more successful than me, and that's literally totally fine, and everyone has their own journey, and it's good to have like things to aspire towards, and like people that you can kind of look up to and be like, wow, they're doing this full time, they're supporting themselves, like all that stuff. It's great to have that, but I also think sometimes we want to present the best kind of image and like the most, you know, impressive aspects of things, and it may not be the full story. I'm really trying not to come off as like accusatory, because I definitely know that there are people that do this full time, but I just think it's important to be really open and honest about the reality of this, because it is really hard. Like, as much as I love it and I want to be able to just be like, yeah, like I'm a full-time knitwear designer and I'm thriving all the time, like that's just not true. Like sales are super inconsistent. I have good months, I have bad months, and it's really hard to rely on that. I've also been a lot slower with my kind of output and how many patterns I'm releasing and how quickly I'm able to do that. Like basically since the book, I've really slowed down with releasing patterns, if you don't count the book, because even though I have released those patterns individually now, like I think most people that want those patterns do buy the book over that. And at this stage, I'm not receiving royalties for the book. I'll be completely transparent about that. Like I haven't earned back my advance yet. So yes, I've been paid my advance, but that was, you know, for all the work that I did last year. And yeah, when people buy my book at this stage, I am still earning back my advance. So I'm not seeing any like additional payment for that, which is fine and something I was very expecting, and I, you know, agreed to it and everything. So that's fine. But yeah, just like for context, like the only way I'm really getting paid for those patterns now is if people buy them individually, and people do, but the book is a much better deal. So it makes sense that people would buy the book, and I obviously want people to buy the book. So, you know, that's like that situation. But really, other than that, I've only released, like since 2023, I've released 3 patterns, 2 of them last year, 1 this year, other than the book patterns. So yeah, I've been a lot slower, which obviously makes it kind of harder, because the more patterns you release, the more patterns you sell. Like I'm definitely making less than I used to make when I was pumping out patterns. And like, you know, social media algorithms can be really unpredictable, and it's just hard. Like I'll just 100% be honest, like it's not easy. And just because someone has a big following, it does not necessarily equate to you know, massive sales. I'm obviously so incredibly grateful to everyone who has bought patterns from me and who will continue to do that, because for the past year, I've been able to do this full time whilst still living with my parents. Like that's also another thing that I feel like I should mention as well, about like not the full story. Like a lot of the people that do this full time maybe aren't paying rent, you know, there's so many different aspects to people's lives, and I think that like that's just something to kind of keep in mind as well, and to be honest about. So yeah, like I don't pay rent at this stage. I live with my parents, but I would really like to move out, ideally next year. And yeah, I've kind of come to the realization that I need a more sustainable and stable income in order to be able to do that. So getting a part-time job, I may end up picking up more days as well if I need to, is kind of the best thing for me at the moment. It's the right decision, I think. And yeah, I have no intention of like stopping my business and whatnot, but it just means that I can kind of do this more for fun in a sense, and I really kind of focus on just being creative and enjoying myself and not stressing as much about, you know, was this a good month or a bad month? You know, how many sales? Do I need to like spend all this extra energy promoting my stuff? Like, you know, it just means I can really focus more on just doing this for the enjoyment of it, and you know, any money that I make from it is amazing and obviously makes it more worthwhile in terms of my time. But yeah, I can also just know that I have a stable income, and that is something that I think most people that do this have. I think most people that write patterns already have a job. A lot of people have full-time jobs. So that's completely normal. I'm not trying to say that what I'm doing is not normal. I think I just kind of went the other way around, where I like finished uni and then kind of like fell into doing this. Didn't really know like what I was gonna do. So I started doing this and I was like, let me see if I can, you know, do this full-time for a bit. Then the book deal came. So I was like, well, guess I'm doing that now. And then I also like, when I say I've only been doing this for a year, I did have like a nannying job that I did up until about this time last year. I was doing that from like 2019 until August last year. Complicated story behind why I stopped doing that, but basically, yeah, I did stop. So basically the past year I've been only doing this. This is like the only money I've earned from this, and from, you know, social media occasionally, from YouTube and all the stuff that comes with that. So yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I guess it took me a while to accept that that was the step that I need to take to be able to continue doing this and be able to move out and to live my life in a way that I want. It was that I did need to get a part-time job, and for a while there I saw doing that as like I failed. Like it was really like getting a job meant that I'd failed at doing this full-time, and like whilst like that's technically true, like not doing it full-time anymore does technically mean I failed, but it's completely fine and normal and valid. And it's like everything's really expensive at the moment, and like getting a job is really normal. And I think I just like had to really like come to terms with that, and like, you know, speaking to people about it really helped, because it's like good to kind of hear it from other people rather than just like myself and, you know, the self-talk that we do, which can sometimes be a bit negative. So I started applying for jobs, and I did not really think I'd get anything. I thought it would be a while because it's really difficult. Honestly, didn't hear back from most of the jobs I applied for, but I did get an interview for this job, and I don't know how, but I somehow got the job. Still unsure really, because I don't actually have like specific experience in this area. Like I don't have medical receptionist experience, but I don't know, I must have done something right. So I got the job, and it's been really good so far. I'm not going to go into like too many details because I do kind of want to keep that somewhat private, but the job has been really good, and I feel like I've been a pretty quick learner. Like I only started like a week ago. Yesterday was like my first kind of proper shift where I wasn't like being trained, and I think I did okay. So yeah, everyone's really, really nice, and yeah, I think it's like the perfect kind of job setting for me. It's very relaxed, it's not too stressful. I've worked in really stressful environments like hospitality and retail before, and I just didn't really want to do that again. So I think this is really perfect for me, because whilst there's like stuff to do, it's just not as like hectic and intense all the time, which is really good. It's good to also like get to interact with people, because that's also a really hard part about what I do, is just being by myself all the time and not really getting to like see people during the day and interact with people. So it's just nice to kind of have co-workers and also, you know, get to interact with the patients, and also just go out, be out of the house, get to like wear my knits out and, you know, show them off outside of just on social media. So I think it's just like a really good thing for me, even if it doesn't end up being a super long-term thing. At least for now, where I'm at, this is like what I am doing, and I think it's good. So yeah, job's going well. Still gonna be, you know, doing all this, making content, designing, everything. Because like I said, I'm only doing this job a few times a week. It's really not that hectic, but yeah, that's just the life update. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this section of the video up because I've been rambling for so long. But tomorrow, Chloe and I are once again going to another event. We're in our little event week. It's really random and just a coincidence that these things happened on the same week, but we've been invited to go to, well, I've been invited and they said I could bring a friend. So once again, I've asked Chloe to go to this little scrapbooking night that's happening. I was invited by Emily from Nimki, which is a really cute business in Melbourne. She invited me, but I think it's not run by Nimki. It's run by the company that she works for on the side. Yeah, okay, it's hosted by Variety Hour, which I believe is like a clothes shop. I should probably double check that. But yeah, they're doing an evening of scrapbooking with wine and nibbles. So once again, wine and nibbles tomorrow night. Oh yeah, it's a really cute fashion label with a store in Melbourne. Oh my God, absolutely stunning. I'm very excited about this. I think it will be really, really, really cute. So I'm gonna take you along for that as well. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow night. So in case I don't get a chance to film a little clip, because I'm gonna have to come home from work and then probably just get ready to go to that and leave because it's in Fitzroy. So yeah, if I don't get a chance to film anything before, this is the little intro to that. Anyway, so that's the life update, and roll the clips from the scrapbooking. Quick recap from last night, because I feel like now that I've actually been to the event, I can tell you a lot more about it. I was a bit kind of vague going in. I didn't really know what to expect other than scrapbooking. But the event was hosted by Variety Hour, which is a fashion label, and they have a store in Melbourne in Fitzroy. Very, very beautiful little like boutique store, but it's really, really gorgeous, and all of their stuff is honestly like to die for. Like, I'm obsessed. I wanted to walk out with every single piece, but unfortunately I could not. Just super, super bright and colorful prints on all of their pieces, and every single one was just like so unique. And basically the evening was a scrapbooking evening. There were a bunch of people there, and there was just like a table, as you saw, like set up with all this paper with all these different prints on them. And I kind of came to learn that pretty much everything there was all prints from their newest collection, but also previous collections. And so it was all like, we were like scrapbooking with the clothes, but not like, that's kind of how it felt. And then there were like stickers kind of like in the theme. A lot of it was like fruits and vegetables and flowers and also random other like foods. That was kind of the vibe. But then there were also like, we could make our own stickers, like kind of cut them out. I don't know, there was just like a lot going on, and it was like very overstimulating, but also so inspiring. Like just being surrounded by so much color and so much beautiful art, because it is art. Like a lot of it is like, it's like painted and drawn by someone and then kind of turned into a print, which I think is so cool. Yeah, that was basically the vibe. Like Chloe and I got there and we were just like, right, let's just like sit down. And we were a bit like not sure what to do at the start. We were a little bit late, so I don't know if there was like a spiel before, but we definitely didn't get one. We were just kind of like, now what? Because I don't know, I'm not a scrapbooker. Like, it's not something I've really done very much. We didn't bring our own, like some people brought their own books. We didn't do that. We were like, wait, are we meant to bring one? And then we kind of realized like, no, it's fine. They had some books with like paper we could use. They also had these little like cards. So we kind of just, I was like, let's just start and see what happens. Like, I think the whole point of scrapbooking is to like not really have a plan. Like you just kind of go for it, and it's kind of hard to make it look bad, to be honest. I mean, there were a few times where I definitely ruined it, but the good thing is that like it's really easy to fix mistakes. You just cover it up with something else. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It was just like very carefree and kind of just let things flow. And I don't know, it was just like a really different way to be creative for me. Like very, very different to knitting, and just, yeah, very different to pottery as well, which is what we did earlier in the week. So yeah, it was like a really nice like change. So anyway, I want to show you what I made. I made 2 different pieces. This was the first one. I would have probably shown it already in the clips before, but just so you can like see it in more detail now. As you can see, like all these different gorgeous prints. Like this is like one of their new ones, and like these beautiful flowers I'm obsessed with. I really like this green, so I ended up using it twice, but in hindsight I probably didn't need to do that. And I just loved this baguette sticker, so I just chucked that on there. I also love that they had these little bows, so I stuck 3 of them on there because I just don't think you can ever have too many bows. Some fruits, we got an orange, some peaches, What else? Lemon, some flower stickers as well. And then this was like the little sheep. It looks like it's just the cutest little sheep like jumping over the flower. So yeah, this is the first one I made, and then I ended up mounting it onto this pink paper because I thought it just kind of completed it. I think I'm probably gonna get this framed and I'm gonna put it up on my wall. Not exactly sure where, but I have an idea, but not entirely sure yet. But yeah, so that is the first one I made. And then I'll show you the second one I made in a minute because I've already kind of put it up and I want to actually give you a little tour. I put it up on my pegboard. I want to give you a little pegboard tour because I'm very excited to finally have my pegboard back on my wall. We had our house repainted a few months ago, and in the months since, my mum has been very hesitant to put anything on the walls because she wanted it to be like perfect. I don't know, she wouldn't let me do my command hooks that I used to have. So we basically needed to get some, you know, hooks put on the wall and everything, and it just took a while to finally have that happen. So I've had like nothing on my walls for like, I think it's been 4 months now, including my mirror. Like I haven't had a mirror on my wall, which has been very annoying, and I'm very happy to finally have my mirror back. But also my pegboard that sits above my desk in front of me, I have not had it in a while, so my desk has been very cluttered because basically everything that was on my pegboard was on my desk. So now I've been able to make some more space on my desk. Anyway, that's the context. So I want to do a little pegboard tour because I've made some changes to how it was before, and I really like how it looks. And also I've put up my second little scrapbooking thing on there. So I'm gonna quickly turn the camera around and give you a quick little tour of that. All right, so here's my desk. This is my pegboard, that's where it sits above my desk. I do have other things on my wall. This wall currently is empty. I need to put some new pieces up there, I think. I'm thinking this could go maybe there, like next to it. I don't know, it would depend on what else I have on this wall, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through a little tour. So my camera normally sits here, so that's why there's like a little blank space. But yeah, I'll start at the top. So we've got a little cactus and a little candle. And then my camera, I've decided to have that go there. Then we move down, we've got my pens and more pens and my Apple Pen for my iPad. I just didn't know where to put it, so it goes there. Then this is the scrapbooking, the second one I made. Once again, it doesn't really have much of a purpose, but yeah, it says Palazzo. I think that's the name of their latest collection. It's got some different prints to the other one, so I found all these other ones that I hadn't seen, so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make another one. I like that I put a little cucumber in here and a corn and mango. I don't know, it's a bit random, and of course we had a little bow. But yes, that's the second one I made. And we've got my knitting light from Lumos, and then we've got my little bowl of stitch markers and buttons and needle toppers and tapestry needles. And then these, I mean, it doesn't really fit perfectly, but yeah, these three have my stitch cords. And then this one has my tiny needle toppers that I use for like my socks and stuff. So this is from 11T1 Windmills. I got this at Bendigo. This fits 1 to 3 millimeter needles, so it's like the smaller ones. My jumbo stitch markers from Coco Knits. And then we have my yarn that I decided to display. Once I eventually use these skeins, I'll just replace them with something else, as I seem to have a never-ending stash. But yeah, we have this is one of my brand new skeins from Rainbows and Sprinkles. I got this from Maker Maker at my book launch. And this is from Sister Legette. I'm so bad at saying that. I bought this in Copenhagen, and it is genuinely one of the most, these two are just the most beautiful skeins. I actually might end up using these together because putting them next to each other now, I realize that they go really well together. So I may end up doing that. Two of my prettiest skeins, I just had to display them like this. And then also this gorgeous one from Hedgehog Fibers. I mean, stunning. And this is from Skip Rope. I got this one at Little Woolly, by the way. And this one I bought at the Australian Yarn Show in Canberra. And then I have my Lemonwood mini minder just hanging here. So that is the pegboard tour. I quickly want to show you my progress on this before we wrap the video up. I have been knitting on this a little bit more since I last showed it to you. I did end up finishing on Wednesday. I finished the body, and then I have the front, the button bands done as well, which I also kind of had to frog a couple times just to get the ratios right and everything, and just to get the fit that I wanted. So that was also a bit tedious. It's a bit hard to kind of show you. I should probably just try it on for you, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. But yeah, that's kind of how it's looking so far. Sorry for the not very good showing. It's just hard with the cardigan because it just opens up. But yeah, I've started the sleeve. Also had to do this twice because I did like about this much and then realized that I'd picked up too many stitches and didn't really like how it looked. It looked a bit like flary. I don't really want that. So picked up less stitches second time around, and I think it's looking a little bit better. I also sized down my needles because my gauge is just looser when I knit the round. So I've just gotten 0.5 millimeter down. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I think I'm gonna wrap up there. This video is a bit all over the place, but hopefully it was enjoyable. I really enjoyed kind of vlogging throughout the week and keeping up to date with what's going on in my life and showing you all the little different crafts that I did and also my project progress. So yeah, hope this was enjoyable for you. As always, please leave me a comment letting me know what you're working on. I love to see. I absolutely must know. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Give this video a like, it all helps me out a lot. Check out the links in the description. You can find the link to buy my book, Fast and Fabulous Knits. You can find all my other social medias and obviously my website as well, where I sell my patterns. I also sell my patterns on Ravelry and Etsy. So yeah, you can find everything in the link below. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!